We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Aldrick Rosas, the Giants kicker, ready to go. And here we go from MetLife Stadium. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On first down, it's gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He's got it at the 15. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 65 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Goff on first down. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And some room to work.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, two guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Lauletta. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Heck of a game last week for Saquon Barkley. 229 yards from scrimmage against the Eagles. Most by a rookie in franchise history, and they've had a lot of rookies in their history for the Giants.
They certainly have, and not only that, he extended his own streak to begin the year. Over 100 yards from scrimmage in all 6 of his games this season. The only one who's done it more, Kareem Hunt, a year ago with Kansas City, and his streak ended after 7. Barkley has a chance next week to continue and tie Kareem Hunt's record at Atlanta. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Lauletta. And Ingram holds it in. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Play fake here on first down. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, 27 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Rosas True Blue on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Los Angeles here, they're going to have the ball again on offense. And how about the first 6 weeks of the NFL season for them? Lone undefeated team left. 6-0. First time they've had that since 2001 when they were in St. Louis with the likes of Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, and Kurt Warner. Yeah, and think about what they're doing now. It evokes memories of that team. That team did it in the Midwest. Now they're out on the West Coast doing it. This team is 10-1 on the road under their young coach Sean McVay. Absolutely fearless about going out and taking on people. They're 7-0 against the AFC. And if they make a Super Bowl run, they'll feel really good about whoever they play on the other side. But how about Jared Goff? People wanted to say that he was a bust as a rookie. Not at all. Just celebrated his 24th birthday. Joins Dan Marino and Dante Culpepper as quarterbacks with 6 straight wins to start a season at age 25 or less. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No game.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
They are going for it. Gone. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On second down, here's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. This is third and long. Here's Lauletta. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down.
There was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in it.
Robert Woods. He's at the 50, the 30. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, 83 yards. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. But he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. The toss out to Barkley. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on third down.
Detroit!
Out of the gun, Lauletta. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Samson Abukum in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. it's fielded at the 34. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On first down, it's Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now on second down, this is Gurley. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Barkley, toss play left. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. There to make the tackle, Samson Ebukam.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he's got some space here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Lawletta looking for a first down throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Ndamukong Suh with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Lawletta looking to throw on second down. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A handoff to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They go play action here on 1st down. Out to his left. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case,
and he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And the Giants ready to come out now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the 1st half as it's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. A final shot before the break for Lauletta. Airing it deep for Fowler. It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead, now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Well, let's take a step back and look league-wide here, Charles. What contender do you think is in the most trouble through 6 weeks? I would not have thought Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago, but, boy, very flat performances against KC and Dallas.
Yeah, and we expect them to be a dominant team on the defensive side of the ball week in and week out, and Dallas just shredded them in their game on Sunday.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, here's Lauletta. He finds Beckham complete. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Here's Lauletta. They are going for it. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A handoff, Barkley running left. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. And now the spin. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Samson Ebukam in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at about the 14. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Another carry now for Gurley. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Rams on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is gone. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Super 66.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And Zerline's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll fake it. Now Lauletta. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Samson Ebukam in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, you got 3.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, Loretta. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Giants. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Rosas good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. In search of redemption from the pick 6. Goff looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On 1st and 10, Goff. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it's third down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on third and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Starting left here.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Starting left here. Starting left here.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
I live with birds come in. Sounds like I got seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bet on bet. I got the demon on flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, the man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the. Work on the avenue, they know what Tank said. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out. Yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happen when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life and then the ape man. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the New York Giants. Greg Zuerlein, the Rams kicker, approaches, kicks it off, and here we go from Los Angeles. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming off play action, Loletta. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Saquon Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 47 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Goff. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And the pressure gets to him again. John Jenkins in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space. And
instead, they want to throw it off play action. He's going to let this one go deep. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They ain't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the New York Giants. This is fielded a couple yards deep. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The tackle there by John Johnson.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And he said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And Ingram holds it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Saquon Barkley, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Now it's Lauletta. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Lawletta. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Right there. All day, baby.
On the run, it's Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Here's Lawletta. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. He's going to get it running right. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Goff now looking to throw. For left side, it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles. From the 50, it's Goff. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Olivier Vernon in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey, 5. Cut. 180.
Here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I don't want to downplay the run, but that's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest-rated players on my board, a three-down back who can do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football, because he carries it really well, but he blocks it equally as well as pass protects for his quarterback. I think he's going to be special.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Out of the gun, Loletta. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, switching gears for a second, let's talk about all the offense that's been going on around the league.
Yes, please. Let's do it.
We've had 3 games where each team has scored 40 points. That didn't happen all of last year. And the most recent example, Week 6, that incredible 43-40 Pats win over the Chiefs.
A lot of people talk about when you make rules changes or you emphasize certain things that you have unintended consequences. Let's not kid ourselves. This was the intended consequence. Open up offenses, more scoring. We're seeing that, and we're seeing it, and fans are loving it. Defensive coordinators are hating it, but fans are loving it. And how about Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, that New England-Kansas City game? Big throw for big throw, touchdown for touchdown, and Brady guides him to a field goal to win it in the end.
Yeah, the elder statesman, because Patrick Mahomes was just 5 years old when Tom Brady threw his first touchdown pass in the NFL.
Hey, 5. Two.
On first down, gone. His throw incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. With that incompletion, let's discuss all the overtime games that we've had so far in the NFL. We've had 9 of them, at least one each week. Week 6, it was Miami and the Bears with the Dolphins getting the win.
Yeah, and you know something? That's an NFL record, because that record was set Week 5, an overtime game each of the first 5 weeks of the season. Now we're adding to the record, and I wouldn't doubt at all that we would get to 7 weeks and maybe beyond. It's been a very competitive NFL season.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Speaking of Gurley, he was really good again in their win against Denver. Career-high 208 yards versus the Broncos.
And what did we talk about in preseason? I have to bring it back. We talked about potential candidates for MVP. He was one of my strong ones. And when you're leading the NFL in rushing yards, scrimmage yards, and touchdowns, which is 11 through the first 6 weeks, we need to talk about him as the MVP, because the epicenter of their offense is Todd Gurley. Whether he's running it, catching it, or creating space for other people to do their thing, Todd Gurley, one of the best players in the NFL.
New York set to take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
We got 3 down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. This is Barkley. They find some open field here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a play fake here on first down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Abukum in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's Barkley. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. It's caught. Shepard. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time. Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now, here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Detroit!
They'll run with Barkley, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Lauletta, he'll look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Aldrich Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This is fielded at the goal line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. Come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Orange.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Now he's forced out right. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Zero. Start left here.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, switching gears for a second, a neat moment before Pittsburgh's game last week. Everybody knows James Conner and how he dealt with cancer. 10-year-old in the crowd, Charles, had a sign that he was holding, and this kid is also dealing with cancer. James Conner went over to him, met him, gave him a word of encouragement, and signed some things for him. That was really nice. Really cool, isn't it? Because James Conner understands what that young man's going through. I believe his name is Levi. Got his attention. They're kindred spirits. And James Conner also showed him, by his play and being back out there, beat this, overcome it, and go out and live your life the way you want to live it. And he's living it in a big way in the NFL right now, having a terrific season. And over 100 yards again this past week. Yeah, what a great story and crucial catch month in the NFL. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. And they'll run it here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Lucky 56.
Here's Lawletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
We're good. Louis.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Goff now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, 35 yards. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down. Stay in bounds. Keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll fake it. Now Lauletta. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick by Rosas is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Here's Goff. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all